page 6, paragraph page 449. Okay, and our last headword was flat, newer type of lesson.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's start with revision. Ready?
Okay.
Here we go. First question. What's the past of fall? What's the past of fall? The past of
The
fall
past of a
is
fall
fell.
is a fell.
Where if you fell over while you were running along the street, might you hurt yourself? If you fell over while you were running across along the street, would you hurt yourself? Yes. If
Yes.
I fell
If
over
I fell over
while I was running
while I was
along
running
the street,
along
I
the
might hurt
street, I
myself.
might hurt myself.
Very good. Okay, have you ever been hurt while playing sport? Have you ever been hurt while playing sport? Yes or no?
No,
I've never been
I've
hurt
never been hurt
while playing sport.
while playing sport.
Well, if you hurt yourself very badly, where'd you be taken to? If you hurt yourself very badly, where'd you be taken to? If I hurt
If
myself
I hurt myself
very badly,
very badly,
I'd be
I
taken
I'd be taken
to
to
hospital.
hospital.
Very good. Would you be glad if to hear that you had failed an exam? Would you be glad to hear that you had failed an exam? No, I
No,
wouldn't be
I
glad
wouldn't be
to hear
glad
that
to hear that.
I'd failed an
I'd
exam.
fail an exam.
I'd be very
I'd
unhappy.
be very unhappy.
Very good. Would you be glad if you were told you had won the lottery? Would you be glad if you were told you had won the lottery? Yes, I'd be
Yes,
glad
I'd be
if
glad
I were told
if I were told
I'd won the
I'd
lottery.
won the lottery.
Very good. What are the two other words for ill? What are the two other words for ill? Two other words
Two other
for
words
ill
were ill,
are sick
are
and
sick,
unwell.
and unwell.
Well, what's another meaning of to be sick besides to be unwell? What's another meaning of to be sick besides to be unwell? Another meaning
Another
of
meaning
to be sick
of to be sick,
besides to be
besides
unwell
to be unwell,
is to vomit.
is to vomit.
Very good. What does this sentence probably mean? The little boy was sick in the car. What does this sentence probably mean? The little boy was sick in the car. That sentence
That sentence
probably means
probably
that
means
the little
that
boy
that the little boy
vomited in the car.
vomited in the car.
What does this sentence probably mean? The little boy didn't go to school because he was sick. What does this sentence probably mean? The little boy didn't go to school because he was sick. That sentence
The
probably
sentence
means
probably
that the
means
little boy
that the little boy
didn't go to school
didn't go to school
because he was
because he was felt
unwell.
unwell.
Very good. Okay, next. When things break, do you normally try to repair them or do you just throw them away? When things break, do you normally try to repair them or do you just throw them away? When things break,
When things
I
break,
normally
I normally try to fix,
try to repair them.
I try to repair them.
Very good. What do we call the top covering of a house? What do we call the top covering of a house? We call
We
the top
call
covering
the top,
of a
top covering
house
of a
the
house
roof.
is the roof.
Very good. Do sailing boats move faster in strong winds? Do sailing boats move faster in strong winds? Yes.
Yes,
Sailing boats
sailing
move
boats
faster
move
in
faster
strong
in
winds.
strong winds.
Wait, is it a windy day today? Is it a windy day today? Yes or no?
No,
It
it
isn't
isn't
a windy day
a
today.
windy day today.
Very good. Okay, next, what are the three forms of catch? What are the three forms of catch? The three
The
forms
three
of
forms
catch
of
are
catch
catch,
are
caught, caught.
catch, caught, caught.
When was the last time you caught a cold? When was the last time you caught a cold? The last time
The
I
last
caught a
time
cold
I caught a cold
was
was 2 months ago.
very good. Have you ever caught a train just as it was leaving the platform? Have you ever caught a train just as it was leaving the platform? Yes or no?
Yes,
I've
I,
sometimes
I've
caught a
sometimes
train.
take a
One more.
train.
Yes, I've
Yes,
sometimes
I've sometimes
caught a train
caught a train
just as it
just
was
as it was
leaving the platform.
leaving the platform.
Very good. Okay, what are the two ways in which we can repeat what someone has said? What are the two ways in which we can repeat what someone has said? The two ways
the two
in
ways
which we
in
can
which
repeat
we can
what
repeat
someone has said
what someone has
are
said
by giving
are by
the
giving
exact
the,
words,
the
exact words
exact
of the
words
speaker,
of the speaker
or by reporting
or by reporting
what the speaker said.
what the speaker said.
Very good. What do we call these two ways? What do we call these two ways? We call
We call
those two ways
those two ways
direct speech
direct
and
speech
indirect
and
speech.
indirect speech.
Very good. Give me an example of direct speech. Give me an example of direct speech, please. Mr. Brown said,
Mr. Brown
I
said,
like warm
I
weather.
like warm weather.
Give me an example of indirect speech. Give me an example of indirect speech, please. Mr. Brown said
Mr. Brown
that he
said
liked
that he liked
warm weather.
warm weather.
Very good. What do we do with tenses when we change direct speech into indirect speech? What do we do with the tenses when we change direct speech into indirect speech? When we change
When we change
direct speech
direct speech
into indirect
into
speech,
indirect
we
speech,
generally move
we generally
the
move
verb into the
the verb
past.
into the past.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. The teacher said,
The teacher
the
said
room is large.
the room is
The
large.
teacher said
The teacher
that
said
the room was
that the
large.
room was large.
What do we do if a verb is already in the past? What do we do if the verb is already in the past? If a verb
If a verb
is already in
is
the past,
already in the past,
it often
it
remains
often remains
unchanged. But
unchanged,
sometimes
but
we put
sometimes
it further
we put it harder
into the past.
into the past.
Very good. Okay, next. What do we do with word will when we change direct speech into indirect speech? What do we do with the word will when we change direct speech into indirect speech? When we change
When we
direct
change
speech
direct speech
into indirect speech,
into indirect
we
speech,
change the word
we
will
change the word will
to would.
to would.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. He said
He said
that John
that
would go
John
to
would go
London
to
next
London
year.
next year.
Very good. Okay, now I will make some statements and I want you to tell me what I said using indirect speech, okay? Number
Okay?
one, I swim every day. I swim every day. What did I say? You said that.
You said
You
that
swam
you
every day.
swam every day.
He is speaking to you. She is speaking to you. What did I say? You said that.
You said that
She was speaking to
she
me.
was speaking to me.
I have just taken the pen from the table. I have just taken the pen from the table. What did I say? You said that.
You said
You
that
had just taken
you had just
the
taken
pen from the
the
table.
pen from the table.
Very good. I think I will go to London tomorrow. I think I will go to London tomorrow. What did I say? You said that.
You said that
You thought you
you
would
thought
go to
you would
London
go to
tomorrow.
London tomorrow.
Very good. They had books in their hands when they came into the room. They had books in their hands when they came into the room. What did I say? You said that.
You said
They
that
had books
they had
in their
books
hands
in the
when
hand
they came
when they
into the
came
room.
into the room.
Very good. I ate too much for dinner. I ate too much for dinner. What did I say? You said
You said
you
that
had eaten too
you had
much
eaten too
for
much
dinner.
for dinner.
Very good. Do we use inverted commas for indirect speech? Do we use inverted commas for indirect speech? No, we
No,
don't
we
use
don't use
inverted commas
inverted commas
for indirect speech.
for indirect speech.
Well, is it generally necessary to use the word that when we use indirect speech? Is it generally necessary to use the word that when we use indirect speech? No, it
No,
isn't
it
generally
isn't
necessary
generally
to
necessary
use the word
to
that
use the word that
when we use
when we use
indirect speech.
indirect speech.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. He said
He said
that the room was
that the
large.
room was large.
She said the
She said
room was
the
large.
room was large.
Very good. Did people in the old days believe the world was round? Did people in the old days believe the world was round? No.
Now,
People in the
people
old
in
days
the old days
didn't believe
didn't
the
believe
world was
the
round.
world was
They
round.
believed
They
it
believed
was flat.
it was flat.
Well, which is one of the flattest parts of your country? Which is one of the flattest parts of your country? One of the
One
flattest
of the
part
farthest part
in my
of my
country
yeah in my
is
country is Kyoto.
very good. Okay, that's the end of our revision. Let's have new
Okay,
word. Okay, here we go. Let's have the first word. Okay, repeat. Pity.
pity.
What a pity.
What a pity.
Picnic.
Picnic.
Praise.
Place.
Very good. Okay, listen. Picnic is a meal that is eaten outside, especially during a trip away from home. For example, we decided to have a picnic on the beach this weekend. Okay. Pity can be a verb and a noun. As a noun, it means something that causes sadness or disappointment. For example, I think it was a great pity if I went for a picnic in the country and it rained. Pity is a verb means to feel sorry for someone or something. For example, I pity the dangerously ill the most. What a pity is the expression we say to show that we feel sorry for someone. Praise is a noun. It is a group of words with a meaning. What a pity is an example of a phrase. Okay, let's practice. Would you think it was a great pity if you went for a picnic in the country and it rained? Would you think it was a great pity if you went for a picnic in the country and it rained? Yes, I think
Yes, I
it
think
was a great
it
pity
was a great
if
pity
I went
if
for
I
a
went
picnic
for a
in
picnic
the country
in the
and
country
it rained.
and if it rained.
Well, what kind of people do you pity most? What kind of people do you pity most? I pity.
I pity, I pity,
I pity the sick the
my pity
most.
is sick the most.
Very good. Translate. Okay, translate this phrase. What a pity. Translate this phrase in Japanese, please. What a pity.
Si-
Right. What a pity is
心配
kawaiso. Very
か
good.
わいそう
Very good. Next, repeat. Blow, blue, blown.
blow, blow,
Blow,
blown,
blow, blue,
blow,
blown.
blue, blown.
Very good. Okay, listen. Blow is a verb. The three forms of the verb to blow are blow, blew, blown. For example, the wind is blowing hard today. I've been blown off my feet by the wind. Okay, let's practice. What are the three forms of blow? What are the three forms of blow? The three
The
forms
three
of
forms
blow
of
are
blow
blow,
are
blew,
blow,
blown.
blue, blown.
Have you ever been blown off your feet by the wind? Have you ever been blown off your feet by the wind? Yes or no?
No, I've,
I've never been
I've
blown
never been blown
off my feet
off my
by
feet
the wind.
by the wind.
Very good. Next, repeat. Consider.
Consider
Decision.
decision.
Very good. Okay, listen. Decision is a noun. It is a choice that you make about something after thinking about it. For example, it was my decision to study English. No one decided for me. Consider means to think about something carefully before making a decision. For example, we must consider carefully before making an important decision because if we don't, we might make a big mistake. Consider also means to believe or think. For example, I consider the worst thing that can happen to a person is to die slowly in great pain. Let's practice. What do you consider to be the best occupation in the world? What do you consider to be the best occupation in the world? I consider
I consider
my occupation
my
to be
occupation
the best
to be the best
occupation in the
occupation
world.
in the world.
Very good. Why must we consider carefully before making an important decision? Why must we consider carefully before making an important decision? We must consider
We must
carefully
consider carefully
before making
before
an
making
important
an
decision
important decision
because if we don't
because if
consider
we don't
carefully,
consider
we
carefully,
might make
we might
a big
make
mistake.
a big mistake.
Very good. Next, repeat whatever,
Whatever,
whenever,
whenever,
wherever,
wherever,
whoever,
whoever,
limit,
limit,
unlimited,
unlimited,
most of.
most of.
Very good. Okay, listen. The difference between the words what and whatever is that we use the word what in a limited sense, like limited answer only. Whereas we use the word whatever in a more unlimited sense, unlimited answer. Other examples of this kind of things are when and whenever, where and wherever, who or whoever. Limit. The word limit can be a noun and a verb. For example, as a noun, it means a point in which someone is not allowed to go. Parents need to set limits on the behavior of their children. As a verb, it means to stop. For example, we need to find ways to limit spending too much money. Unlimited is an adjective. It is the opposite of limited. It means without any limits. For example, when we say unlimited rice, you can eat as much rice as you want. Hmm. When we say unlimited drinks, you can drink as much drink as you want. Most of means most. Now, let's practice. What's the difference between the words what and whatever? What's the difference between the words what and whatever? The difference
The
between
difference
the
between
words what
the words
and
what
whatever
and
is
whatever
that we
is that
use
we
the word
use
what
the word what
in a limited
in
sense,
a limited sense,
whereas we
whereas
use
we
the
use
word
the
whatever
word
in
whatever
a more
in the
unlimited
more
sense.
unlimited sense.
If you could buy whatever you wanted, what would you buy? If you could buy whatever you wanted, what would you buy? If I could buy
If I could buy
whatever I wanted,
whatever I wanted,
I'd buy
I'd buy I'd
a very
buy
big house.
uh,
Uh,
I think so, a very big house.
very good. Can you go for a holiday whenever you like? Can you go for a holiday whenever you like? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
can go for a
I can
holiday
go for a holiday
whenever I like.
wherever I like
Why? Why? Because I
because
can manage my own
I can
time.
manage my own time.
Very good. If you could go wherever you like in the world, where would you go? If you could go wherever you like in the world, where would you go? If I could go
If I could go
wherever I like
wherever I
in the
like
world,
in the world,
I'd go to
I go to I go to I
where?
go to
The the
to
Philippines.
Scotland.
Oh,
Yeah,
Scotland.
Philippines.
Very good. Next, if you could meet whoever you wanted in the world, who would you prefer to meet? If you could meet whoever you wanted in the world, who would you prefer to meet? If I could meet
If I could meet
whoever I wanted
whoever
in
I
the world,
wanted in the world,
I'd prefer to meet
I prefer to meet I prefer to meet
the King of England.
England,
The King of England. Very
a
good.
king of England.
Very good. Okay, next repeat. Truth.
Truth,
Lie.
lie,
Tell the truth.
tell the truth,
Tell a lie.
tell a lie,
Honest.
honest.
Very good. Okay, listen. The word truth is a noun of truth. The real facts about the situation, event, or person. Truth. For example, I told her I liked the food, but the truth is the food was pretty bad. Ooh, okay. Lie is a noun. It is something that is not true. It is the opposite of truth. Tell the truth means to tell something true. Tell a lie means to say something or things that are not true. For example, newspapers don't always tell the truth. Sometimes they tell lies. Honest is an adjective. It is someone who always tells the truth and does not cheat or steal. For example, he was a hard-working, honest man. Let's practice. Do you always tell the truth? Do you always tell the truth? Yes or no?
No,
I don't
I
always
don't
tell the
always
truth.
tell the truth.
Sometimes I tell
Sometimes
lies.
I tell a lies
Why not? Why not? Because it's
because
sometimes
it's
necessary
sometimes
to tell
necessary
lies
to tell
in
lies
order
in
not
order
to be
not
unpleasant.
to be unpleasant.
Wait, the newspapers always tell the truth. The newspapers always tell the truth? No.
No,
Newspapers don't
newspapers
always tell the
don't
truth.
always tell the truth.
They sometimes tell
They
lies.
sometimes tell lies.
Very good. Why do they sometimes tell lies? Why do they sometimes tell lies? They sometimes
They
tell
sometimes
lies
tell
because
lies because
they don't have time
they don't have
to
time
check that
to check
everything is true.
that everything is true.
Very good. Okay, so now let's move on to reading.
Okay,
Very good. So our reading is at stage 5, paragraph page 335. And the last headword was pink. Okay, start with headword care for, take care of.
Okay. Care,